following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Washington, D.C., weighing 317 pounds, Batista. The opponent from New York City, weighing in at 297 pounds, JBL.
That was a textbook reversal. Even if you wind up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that the adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this down the middle. Man, what a match. Kids, if you're watching this, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained WWE superstars, and even they wind up seriously injured sometimes.
That's for sure. Even me, a former WWE champion, has had his share of injuries over the years. Instead of pandering to the fans, you should really keep your head in the match.
Come on, you're looking at a superstar who can feed off a crowd and use that energy to win the match.
It's so great seeing these superstars in competition here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, anytime you throw these kind of combustible elements into a match, you're guaranteed a great show.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight.
Man, this one's turned into a fight, pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it took me by surprise, and that doesn't happen often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds of matches in your career. We've both called hundreds more. We usually have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but not this time.
I guess it just goes to show you anything can happen here in the WWE.
You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, and he's feeding off that energy right now.
A textbook reversal. Can he follow up?
I have to admit, partner, you look pretty good out there. What was going through your mind in this match?
I think that right about now, I was just hoping you weren't screwing up the commentary too badly.
It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds.
Yeah, and 10,000 paying customers can't be wrong.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long rivalry.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate them.
Hey, watch your language. This is a family show.
I said exasperate. Oh, never mind. Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
You know, if you let me train you, you could be Cruiserweight champ inside a year.
Oh, no. I've heard stories about the...
You know, there's such a thing as playing to the crowd too much, and that's what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
Look at this, pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum. Here it is. He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it.
And if his opponent is smart, he'll get the hell out of there. This match proves...
Look at that. That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this. Come on, quit showing off. This is a wrestling match, not a popularity contest.
We've seen this before. He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff.
I certainly don't envy the referee in this match.
No kidding. No matter what call you make, you're going to get on the bad side of at least one superstar.
And that's about the last place you want to be if you're not a superstar yourself. Trust me, I know. These superstars have proven time and again that they're willing and able to go the distance.
Well, you don't get too far in this business if you're not.
That's for sure, partner. There's always someone right behind you, ready to overtake you if you can't keep up.
Batista's had a lot of success so far, but that's because most of his opponents let him psych them out.
If you're not intimidated at the sight of a heavily muscled 6.5-foot animal like Batista, you better have your head examined.
I think these superstars are going to keep it up until they've got literally nothing left to give.
And that's the attitude you have to take to win. You know that your opponent isn't going to hold anything back, and you can't afford to either.
I'd love to know where you're coming up with this stuff, because it sure ain't from personal experience. I cannot remember the last time I've seen a crowd this pumped up.
I know what you mean, partner. These superstars have really brought the fans to life here tonight.
Look at these superstars go. It's obvious that they've done their homework on each other.
That's for sure. This match might have been over by now if they hadn't.
90% of a match is in the preparation. You got to come in ready for battle.
When you see yourself in a match like this, does it ever make you want to return to active competition?
Of course it does. Look at me. I'm putting on a clinic in there. There's a reason I'm the longest.
This superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah, well, one mistake and we're going to see that fire put out pronto. No superstar in the locker room can afford to ignore the WWE fans.
You're right about that. Without the fans, we'd all be out of a job.
Man, I don't want this match to end. He's going in for the kill.
Batista bomb! My God! I think he might have knocked his opponent out cold with that one. He's got this crowd solidly behind him. And now and there's the pin.
1, 2, 3.
Each of these competitors is looking for the